So Uta is canon, and what tipped me off to this were the interim results for the second One Piece worldwide popularity poll, because as it stands right now, Uta is in ninth place, so she is in the top 10. And I thought, oh, so movie characters must be able to be voted on. And I went to the website and I searched up some movie characters. None of them are there. So Uta is a canonical manga character. My research then hooked me to the wiki because I had to find out, okay, did she appear in the manga anywhere? Or is this just because of her whole special side manga that she got? No, she actually appears in the manga. She appears in chapter 1055 on the side in silhouette. That is her. I did not know this. What is so interesting about all this now is that her origins from the movie are canon, but the movie itself is not canon. So it's like Shiki. A lot of things about Shiki from Strong World are canon, but the events themselves are not canon. So this isn't the first time this has happened. And Shiki too is a canonical character, as he too shows up and is mentioned in the manga even before his movie debuted. So with all that being said, the very interesting sticking point about Uta is, one, she has the same origin as Shanks, as the red hair pirates find her in a treasure chest like the Roger pirates found Shanks in a treasure chest. And secondly, in her own side manga, her hair is colored in, at least the red side of her hair, like how it is for Shanks, and spoilers for Elbaf, like we see with his older twin brother, Figureland Shamrock. So it's very likely that she is a Figureland like Shanks and Shamrock. Now, with that being said, we gotta talk about something oddly specific. So even though she is regarded as Shanks' adoptive daughter, she could just be his niece in actuality, because one of two things are most likely true. Like the Don Quixote family, the Figureland family could be spread out, and there could be some Figurelands on the Blue Sea, which led to Uta's birth. Or, alternatively, seeing as how Figureland Garland was a bit of a rolling stone and laid his pipe wherever he wished it to be, and that's how you got Shamrock and Shanks, the same could be said for Figureland Shamrock, and he could have made some trips to the Blue Sea on some missions and laid his pipe in some peculiar places, and that led to the birth of Uta. So in actuality, she is most likely Shanks's niece. I think that's a high possibility, because the amount of people with red hair that is graded in this way in the manga are very, very few. The circle is very, very tight. So I could believe that it's just these three characters. And to further speculate upon someone who doesn't have red hair, but whose hair is pink, which is a combination of red and white, which are the colors of Uta's hair, is Bonnie. Bonnie most likely very well could be the daughter of Figureland Shamrock as well, which would mean that she and Uta are half-sisters. And the reason why I could believe this to be true is because what seems to be canonical is that Uta was Luffy's childhood friend. So she was with him at his beginning. Bonnie meets Luffy in an official capacity after he's become an emperor. So Bonnie meets Luffy at the top of his career, at his end. So they contrast in that way. They parallel in that way. You have one sister in the beginning and the other sister in the end, presumably. But also what's weird is that both of them are born on the first of their respective months. So Uta was born on October 1st and Bonnie was born on September 1st. And of course, both of these months are right next to each other. In addition to that, what's super weird is that in the manga currently, Uta is supposed to be 21, but Bonnie is 12. So their ages are very similar because they contain the same numbers, just flipped in order. I find that super interesting. Also, what's weird is that both of them are often depicted with purple eyes, which is just a weird coincidence. I wonder why that is, because Bonnie very often, especially in the anime, is depicted with purple eyes. So they have that in common as well, which is very, very weird. And another thing that doesn't really get a lot of context for Uta, but both Uta and Bonnie are wearing accessories that mean something to them, because of course Bonnie has the anti-eyebrow under her eye, reflective of her time of having the sapphire scale disease. But Uta always wears headphones, which most likely were given to her by Shanks because she was presumably the red-haired pirate's musician for a time. So that's a thing. So there's a lot of parallels between the two, and I wonder, is that going to come to a head with both of them being sisters in the future and daughters of Fiddler and Shamrock? I think that's quite possible. It's also weird that they're both paramecia fruit users and both of their abilities are incredibly broken. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that to the forefront because I didn't know that she was canon. But with that being said, if you are enjoying the content so far, click the like button. And if you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button followed by that bell so you never miss a video. In addition, if you could, hit the hype button because it really does help. With that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede Waxy.